Is Halo Infinite worth playing in 2025? The answer to that question is yes, but it is complicated. When Infinite came out in 2021, the players loved the gameplay of a truly modern Halo game. But shortly after that new addiction wore off, questions started to quickly arise. Why are there only 3 playable playlists at launch? Why is the color blue $10 in the shop? Where is Forge? Why is there no custom games? And so on, so on. Yes, this game had some major issues at launch, but we are not here to discuss that. Now, I'm assuming most of you have played Halo Infinite before, but have just not played in quite some time. That's how I was, and I just came back to Infinite, and I'm having fun. So if you're completely new to Halo, this video will work for you, but if you're thinking about returning to Halo, this video will also work for you. So what state is Halo Infinite's multiplayer currently in 2025? And is it worth downloading to play? And I'm not judging it based off of, oh, it should have been this way at launch. Because one, yes, we did get a bare bones game at launch. Is it what it should have been? No, but that's the game we have, and that's what we have to deal with. And two, if the game came out in the state that it's in today, it would have blown every other Halo launch out of the water. Well, as of today, Infinite offers 15 playlists to choose in multiplayer, which is a massive leap from the initial 3 at launch. And inside each of these 15 playlists is countless numbers of options to play within the playlist. So you have a lot more than 15 options to play. Some of my favorite playlists to play include Big Team Battle, which is a 12v12, or Squad Battle, which seems to be most of the fans' favorite these days. Squad Battle is basically what Big Team Battle used to be, and it's an 8v8. Other than what playlist I like to play, you still have ranked mode. There's about 4 different types of ranks you could play. And we also have Classic Firefight alongside with the King of the Hill Firefight. If you're just looking to do some brain-numbing activity, Firefight's for you. What is important to know about Halo Infinite's multiplayer, if you plan spending a lot of time in it, is where the content is coming from and what that means. At this point, 3 years after launch, Halo Infinite's content is primarily coming from the Forgers. More than half the maps you see in multiplayer were made by a Forger and not a dev. So, thank you to all the Forgers for keeping this game going and giving us a lot of content to play. They are basically some of the real devs of this game. The reason the Forgers have such a heavy load is because Halo Studios took a majority of their team to work on future Halo games on the Unreal Engine. And if you missed that announcement a couple months ago, Halo Studios is currently working on 2 new Halo games is what we know. They're basically just completely ditching the engine that Halo Infinite was built on to go onto the Unreal Engine to make it easier to produce Halo games, which is good. But what that means for Halo Infinite is Infinite has a very small dev team working on it, so we're probably not going to see many dev-made maps coming in the future or any additional really big content. But as of late, the game has been getting some new weapons. This includes the MA5K Avenger, which is the game's SMG. We also recently got the Fuel Rod Cannon, but as you can see clearly, both weapons were made off of pre-existing weapons. This is because the studio doesn't have many designers and animators working on Infinite for the studio, so they're kind of just working with what they got. The one thing that I will say is very sad and disappointing in my opinion is I do not like the operation passes that we are getting. I guess this could be somewhat of a hot take, but I really love the original battle passes, the 100 tier battle passes, and even the one that was 50. That just felt like there was something to complete that took a while, but once you finally completed it, it left you satisfied. Ever since they initiated the 20 tier battle passes in operations, you basically only get 1 armor set and the rest is filled with Spartan points, which we will talk about later, and it just doesn't feel rewarding anymore. I rarely use any of the armor that's involved in the pass, and just for the rest of the tiers to be fillers is just, okay, am I really completing something here? But Halo Infinite's multiplayer at its core is a very, very fun game with an addicting gameplay loop that still holds up to this day. But now in 2025, we have a lot more options to play in. When Infinite released, the customization in this game was so scuffed that it wasn't even funny. It was actually quite sad. But today in 2025, Halo Infinite's customization could be in the running for the best Halo customization of all time. Sorry, Reach. But after Halo Studios fixed the godforsaken cross-core system, which destroyed Infinite's customization in every single way, it was the dumbest decision they could have made. The community could finally make some of the weirdest and coolest looking Spartans you will ever see, thanks to the complete freedom that we have today. Basically, before, Infinite had a cross-core system where you have like 5 different armor cores, but each helmet or each shoulder piece you unlock can only go onto 1 core, and it really limited the options to what you could make. But today, everything's cross-core, so everything just counts. You can use anything you want, and it's amazing. But also, while we're on the topic of customization, who wears cat ears? But even though customization started very rough in this game, I can sincerely say it's one of the game's strong points at this point. Now, I really don't even want to mention the shop, but I have to. The shop is extremely overpriced. Do not buy stuff unless the prices go down. Thank you. But the one W the shop does have to offer has to be the exchange. They added the exchange about a year ago at this point, so now you collect Spartan points for your challenges, which are extremely easy to accumulate. So now you can save up your Spartan points and buy anything you want in the exchange just by playing the game. There are some items in the exchange that are worth saving a lot of your Spartan points for, such as the skull helmet from Reach. But yeah, the exchange is very simple, but what it adds for the game and for returning players, it makes the replayability a lot better just because we have something to play for and to kind of earn something to get. If you love making maps and modes, you're gonna love Halo Infinite's Forge. This is the most sophisticated and complex forge Halo has ever offered. I can't give any personal experience about me forging because my brain is way too small to do any of that, but I can say the stuff I see Forge is working on is actually incredible. And hey, more than half the maps in multiplayer are made by forgers, so go get yourself some street cred and get your map in the game. Now, if we're talking about customs, this is kind of where the game is weak for me. And I know a lot of Halo players think of Halo as just the custom games is where all the fun is at. That's not where the fun is in Halo Infinite. The custom browsers is pretty much the same as it would be in every other game, but it just doesn't have the population to make it fun. Unless you're a part of some Discord or Twitch community that sets up custom games every night or every week, you're really not going to find yourself that many custom games that you specifically want to play. You'll be able to join some random game, but I can't promise you it's going to be the game mode that you're going to like, or if the people in there are going to be actually playing. There's just not a lot of people on Halo's customs these days. And that's probably because the game didn't have customs for over a year, so why wait for it? But yeah, if you're one of those people that customs has a very soft spot in your heart, I'm sorry to say you're probably better off just going on MCC customs and finding something. Unless you're part of one of those Discord or Twitch communities, you're really not going to find a lot of games. And I can be way off here, but I've never really had a great time trying to find customs in Infinite. But overall, do I think Halo Infinite is worth playing in 2025? Yes. The game is still a very fun experience at this point, and there is some content still getting dripped into it. It might not be a lot of dev-made content. If you're just looking for a fun Halo game to play, I can safely say you should download Halo Infinite. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video and want more, please like, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitch. We are doing a lot of streaming now. So yeah, give all that a follow, and I'll see you in the next one.